Here, you can be your best. The best train here. Learn here. Succeed here. Perform here. Win here. Thrive here. Itawamba Community College. The best start here.
Why settle for a checking account that just holds your money? Renasant Rewards Extra gives you so much more. Like savings at more than 400,000 retailers, 24/7 roadside assistance, a cell phone protection plan worth up to $400, $25 in ATM fee refunds per monthly cycle, and a great interest rate when you meet 3 easy qualifications. Get extra today at rewardsextra.com. Renasant Bank, understanding you. Member FDIC.
That's home. That's just like the Ravens. That's just like Pahokee, Florida. That's my second home. I got my degree from there, my first degree, college degree. It's part of my heart, it's part of my soul, it's part of my spirit. And, you know, it's everything. Itawamba Community College, baby, it's everything. It shaped me up to being a great man because it was part of the journey of me becoming the young man I am today. And it's home, man. That's it. Like, I can go there and lay my head down without no problems. Itawamba Community College, the best start here.
Ooh, fumble. Let's give her a Renasant replay. Make the right call with Renasant and get cell phone protection with Renasant Rewards Extra Checking. Sign up today.
Registration for the spring semester is now open and classes are filling up fast at Itawamba Community College. Named the #1 community college in the state for the second straight year by Wallet Hub, ICC offers 5 different class options with locations in Fulton, Tupelo, and Belden that will help save you time and money while preparing you for the future. Email one of our friendly advisors at eadvisor@iccms.edu or call 862-8000 to sign up for classes today. Itawamba Community College, the best start here. And welcome back to the ICC Hour. We're talking with Michael Holloway. Michael, going to tell us a little bit more about spring registration that's going on right now at Itawamba Community College. But before we get to that, how's it going, my man?
It's going great, Adam. We're doing things as close to normal as possible. That means our offices are open. So we are currently meeting with current students and newly admitted transfer students to get them signed up for classes in the spring.
All right, where's your office?
I'm located here on the Tupelo campus in the brand new Academic and Student Center building, which we are so happy to have. And if you haven't seen it, it's definitely something to come check out.
Yeah, most definitely. That's where we're actually shooting today's show, and makes me a little jealous that I spend more of my time in Fulton than I do Tupelo. So maybe I'll come over here and help with registration one day.
We would love that.
All right, so let's talk about spring registration. Let's talk about we talked with Mandy, but let's talk about some of the things that you need to know beforehand, during, and after. So right now, if you're still on the fence about going to college, what do people need to know about registration and how to get signed up for it?
Absolutely. It's simple. 3 easy steps to get applied and admitted to ICC. You apply online at the ICC website. You send in a high school transcript or a copy of your GED and then your ACT scores. We can get you through that application process and admitted just by walking through the door and meeting with a professional academic advisor to discuss what academic programs or career technical programs that we offer and what classes that you would need in order to complete that degree.
But what if there's somebody right now that don't know what they want to do? Can they still come talk to you?
Sure. We have people who walk through the doors each and every day, and we have a professional staff of academic advisors who are ready to assist you with any questions or uncertainties that you might have. So that's what we do on a day in, day out basis, and we love to meet new people.
All right, so I've visited the website, iccms.edu. I've applied. I've submitted my information as needed. Now what?
All right, so several different things that you can do. You can walk through the doors and no appointment necessary and sit down with a professional academic advisor. You can email the e-advisor email if you're uncomfortable with coming on campus or just can't find the time, whether it be through work or your personal schedules. We can correspond with you through email. We can do academic advising and registration over the phone, and something that we've all learned to do during this time, and that's do a video conference, whether that be through Zoom or FaceTime or whatever. So doing a lot of that these days as well.
Absolutely. So the academic advising, let's talk about that a little bit. What do people need to know about that? Because that sounds, for somebody that may not be used to college or maybe coming to college for the first time, or maybe coming back to college for the first time, could be a little overwhelming, or maybe a little just kind of take you back a step. So kind of ease some minds on that process of the academic advising.
Definitely. Well, the one thing that our advising staff knows, and that's the uncertainty of making that big decision. And we want you to know as a staff that you don't necessarily have to make that decision the first day that you walk on campus. Most of our majors here, or students, have a undeclared major. Many of them have declared, and a lot of them change their major during the process. And that's a part of the academic advising staff of what we do is let you know what all options are out there, and to help guide you, step by step through that process of knowing what's out there as far as majors, what the job market locally and regionally is kind of wanting, and assess what your strengths and weaknesses are, and try to find that good fit for you, and then show you how to do it.
And I think that's a bit of a stress that a lot of people focus on sometimes is, I don't know what I want to do, I don't want to waste my time. You're not going to waste your time, because you can knock off your core classes that pretty much everything requires. Because I know whenever I first went to college, I was going into criminal psychology. I don't know if I was going to be Batman or what, I'm not sure. But now I work in sports information, so that shows that you may have one plan, but once I got introduced to things at college, I found my calling, I feel like. And so that's, you don't have to know right now, but you can have a basic idea, and you guys there help direct them from there.
Absolutely. We have basically an academic major for any bachelor's degree out there. So we partner up the 15 Mississippi community colleges with our 8 public universities, and if they offer a bachelor's degree track in the state, we can offer those freshman, sophomore level courses there that will let you transfer seamlessly to a university. The other part of the house is career and technical education, and that is designed to strictly fill the workforce in our area here in the state. So if we offer a program, you can rest assured that there are jobs out there and companies that are in need of your skills that you'll gain through our professional faculty members who teach in these programs day in and day out. And along those lines of kind of evolving and taking that first step, it's very important to take that first step towards progress of getting a class or 2 under your belt, getting that accomplishment, and kind of moving that forward. I think many of us are probably not doing what when we stepped on college campuses as freshmen, what we thought we would be doing. I think the majority are probably doing something different. Yep. And that goes for myself as well. I started out on one path, and through the help of just experiences and speaking with instructors and advisors and other students, that has evolved and led me from a business major into working in enrollment management and academic advising here at Etowah Community College.
All right, so now we've got our classes signed up, ready to go, just wait for the school year to start. What can they expect from getting signed up to classes to the start of the year?
Okay, so once you meet with your advisor and you make that schedule, you talk about kind of what your interests are, you decide on a track, and you get a schedule of classes. We have classes starting up on campus January 11th, and that's going to be our face-to-face, on-campus, live traditional courses. And then we also have online. Those will start on January 19th. And so if you come in this week or next week, we'll sit down with you and go through that process and getting classes. And then what you would do is just make sure you get everything in order with our offices, whether that be financial aid or scholarships, and get ready for the spring semester to start in January.
Awesome. So give those dates for everybody to come register.
All right. So we are open through next week, Monday through Thursday, 8 to 4:30. Like I said, you can walk through the door, no appointment necessary. You can email the e-advisor, and we can handle everything over the phone or online or through email. We will close for 2 weeks and open back up January 4th, which will be 1 week before on-campus classes start January 11th.
All right, if they got any questions in between now and then, again, maybe uncertain about what they want to do if they want to come to college, how can they contact you?
Definitely. You can contact me directly at my email, jmholloway, HOLLOWAY, at iccms.edu, or you can email us at that e-advisor email, and that would go out to all of our professional advising staff, and one of them will pick that email up and take you from there and assisting you. And that's going to be EADVISER at iccms.edu.
Well, Michael, one thing I have asked just a few people, both on camera, off camera, in person, it's been an interesting fall. We learned a lot. We learned a lot about ourselves. We learned a lot about the college as well. What's your biggest takeaway from this past semester?
The biggest takeaway is with the uncertainty that we had in the spring and through the summer, the ICC administration worked tirelessly with faculty and staff and through a committee of professionals of figuring out how we were going to go about carrying on doing what we do, and that's educating students here at Etowah Community College. And I can't say enough about the commitment and the plan that administrators, faculty, and staff put together, and how well it went this fall. We were able to carry out classes on campus in a traditional format, online, and through a series of Zoom hybrid options. And here we are at December with a successful fall under our belts. Students were able to come in and have a successful semester, and we're gearing up and looking forward to the spring.
Well, that kind of carries me into my next question as well. It's hard to set goals, not knowing what tomorrow holds, but what are some of your goals for next semester?
Definitely. Some of my goals are to continue to work with communicating with students through where they are. And that's one thing that's been a learning curve for me, and I feel like all of us. I was so spoiled to having most of my advisees and students come to me and sit down with me in my office, and no doubt that's the way that I would prefer to do it if we could go back to that way. But meeting them through Zoom technologies, when I did some of my early advising, sort of mid-semester, I did way more Zoom than I ever thought I would, and I was uncomfortable with it first, but it was another way to still have that face-to-face. You can see people's smiles and see their eyes, and you can tell when they're unsure of something, or when they're telling you about how well classes are going, and you see the smile and joy in their eyes. So meeting students where they are and helping them reach their educational goals, and that's kind of why I started doing this over 12 years ago. Was helping students get into college and seeing them succeed and ultimately graduating, and that's where kind of my goals are going to be for the spring, and that's just making sure I can stay in constant communication with these advisees of mine to help them be successful.
Awesome. Well, Michael, I appreciate your time. Anything else we need to talk about or look back at one more time before I let you go?
I would just say if you are a current student or a transfer student looking to come back to ICC from another institution that may be closer to home, or you want that face-to-face instruction, all you have to do is apply to ICC. And like I said, walk through the door, no appointment necessary, or email us at the e-advisor, and we will definitely reach out to you and make sure that we help you with registering for classes.
We'll be back with more of the ICC Hour right after this. Registration for the spring semester is now open and classes are filling up fast at Itawamba Community College. Named the #1 community college in the state for the second straight year by Wallet Hub, ICC offers 5 different class options with locations in Fulton, Tupelo, and Belden that will help save you time and money while preparing you for the future. Email one of our friendly advisors at eadvisor@iccms.edu or call 862-8000 to sign up for classes today. Itawamba Community College. The best start here.
Why settle for a checking account that just holds your money? Renasant Rewards Extra gives you so much more. Like savings at more than 400,000 retailers, 24/7 roadside assistance, a cell phone protection plan worth up to $400, $25 in ATM fee refunds per monthly cycle, and a great interest rate when you meet 3 easy qualifications. Get extra today at rewardsextra.com. Renasant Bank, understanding you. Member FDIC.
Davis Ford in Fulton is your Ford dealer for new cars, trucks, and SUVs and has a wide inventory of certified pre-owned vehicles. Find your next dream car or truck from our Ford showroom or go online to davisfordsales.com and search our new and used inventory to see what is on our lot. So stop by and test drive the all-new fuel-efficient Ford Focus or Ford Fusion or the new Ford Explorer or F-150. Go further with Davis Ford, 904 West Main Street in Fulton or online davisfordsales.com.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Maybe your story has you performing your new song in front of a crowd, getting to play your favorite sport, or enjoying a horseback ride in the country. At Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our group of skilled surgeons understand your need to continue your story. That is why we are the preferred choice for orthopedic care. Thank you for choosing us. Our story is you. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
Here, you can be your best. The best train here. Learn here. Succeed here. Perform here. Win here. Thrive here. Itawamba Community College. The best start here.
If this just cost a little bit less.
Let's take a look at that with the Renasant replay. Make the right call with over 400,000 shopping discounts right from the Renasant Rewards Extra checking app. Let's give him a Renasant replay. Make the right call for 24/7 roadside assistance and sign up for Renasant Rewards Extra checking today.
And welcome back to the ICC Hour here on SuperTalk Mississippi. As always, the ICC Hour being presented to you by our friends at Renasant Bank. The bank that understands you. Visit RenasantBank.com for more information on all their great checking options and more there at Renasant. We've got a very interesting conversation now with Jason Gunthorpe. Before we get into it, though, Jason, man, how's everything going?
Everything's going okay overall. We've had a very busy semester. It's been a challenging year with the COVID-19 situation. Looking at adding additional personnel to our department, replacing folks who have retired, and look forward to a better upcoming year.
Now, a large part of what's coming to help be a better year is what we're going to talk about today, and it's the Mission Project. Now, if you see it in the paper or see it written out somewhere, it's actually spelled kind of unique. Mission with the capital O-N, or the O-N on the very end is capitalized. So tell all of our listeners or those that are watching as well, what exactly is this mission, and just give us a little brief history of it.
Okay. Well, the mission is the Mississippi Optical Network. And the Mission Project is something that a subcommittee from the Community College of the State of Mississippi, IT, had created to work on a better way for the colleges, community colleges in the state to connect to the internet. So Mission the Mississippi Optical Network was created for the Mississippi Research Consortium, which was actually founded in 1986.
Okay.
In 2011, the Mississippi legislature created this mission network. granted the funding involved in creating that. So the Mission Network was about interconnectivity, connecting the universities in the state of Mississippi and also the University of Mississippi Medical Center, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers Research Center, and also Stennis Space.
Okay.
So think about it as a network that connects universities to the partners, research partners in the state for better collaboration. Interestingly, in 2018, the language was changed in the RFP 5000 agreement, the state agreement that ceasefire has.
Mm-hmm.
So that determines what services we can procure from ceasefire and what those rates should be at the state level.
Okay.
So the language was changed, allowing the community colleges to participate in the Mississippi Optical Network. So the community colleges then had the potential to join as a partner and share in some of the benefits of that.
That's awesome. Now, you talk about that. So now the community college are getting there, and it's kind of making, catching us up with everybody else in the when it comes to the higher learning side of things. So what type, or I guess you can say, what type of impact will this have, not only on ICC, but the community colleges across the state?
Well, internet capacity would be probably the top one on the list. We, as colleges, are changing the way that we do business. We are offering software services that demand a fast and reliable internet connection. With the increase in the number of students, increasing the number of applications and services that community college, especially in workforce as well.
Yes.
We need faster internet connection, and this is going to provide a way to get that, an avenue for that. And secondly, and really building off that first point, is the cost effectiveness part of the internet capacity. The RFP 5000 agreement that I spoke of earlier allows colleges to purchase or acquire internet access at 50 cents per megabyte.
Oh, wow.
Or megabit, rather.
Yeah.
So we can, in a very cost-effective manner, gauge and determine what our internet capacity should be, and then ramp it up moving forward. And secondly to that, it allows each community college to do it independently. So we can assess ourselves independently and what that internet connection should be and judge accordingly. You have different community colleges of varying sizes.
Right.
So you have Gulf Coast, larger, and then maybe smaller colleges. So it gives us a more flexibility, I think would be the word there. Redundancy is a buzzword that we hear a lot. Have heard a lot in the discussions about the Mississippi Optical Network. And just to be, I think it's good to maybe explain that word a little bit
so that's what I was going to ask
the listeners.
Yeah.
So redundancy is about, at least in the context of Mississippi Optical Network, it's about having multiple ways to get to the internet.
Okay.
So we'd use the term redundant internet connections. So we would have more than one internet connection, meaning that we could use them both at the same time for capacity.
Right.
But given that there's an issue with one circuit, everything continues to function in a normal manner.
That's big time, because don't want that domino effect of one thing going out, then just you're crippled.
Yeah, we exist in an environment where if the internet connection does not work, students can't log into Canvas. Students can't get to their email. So we really have a major business continuity issue, given that internet circuit is down.
Yeah.
But lastly, I would use the term support. The community colleges in the state have some top-notch IT folks, in my opinion. But we really need a support mechanism when it comes to the internet circuits.
Right.
The mission project and really the conclusion of that, the Mission Optical Network, has a higher support level than what we would have with your general commodity internet services.
Awesome.
So our IT folks can have a 1-800 number to call and really get support quickly. The optical network that the Mississippi Research Consortium shares has what we'd call a higher SLA, a service level agreement.
Okay.
So it's really seen as a prioritized service.
Okay, nice. So we talked about that's the influence on the colleges. Let's look at it from the point of view of our students. How is this going to benefit our students?
Okay. Well, let's start with maybe special considerations for our residents here on Fulton campus.
Mm-hmm.
The way that we will function inside the mission project is we will have an internet connection at Tupelo and also at Fulton.
Oh, nice.
So this means that our dormitory residents, instead of having to transverse all the way to Tupelo for internet, they can just drop off locally here at Fulton. Yeah. So we could kind of see it as our housing, our residents here locally have kind of a dedicated internet connection.
Oh, that's awesome.
And it will not negatively impact services that we're providing out of our other sites.
Yeah.
So like Tupelo, Belden, and your wind job centers out there at Amherst, Houston, and Pontotoc.
Okay. That's pretty awesome on that end. And then, of course, everybody, one of the things they want to know is when you talk internet, the first thing that's going to come up is going to be speed. So what are we talking about speed-wise?
Well, right now we have a single mission circuit.
Mm-hmm.
The college, each college in the state for that matter, will actually have 2 circuits when the phase 2 of the project is complete.
Okay.
The single circuit that we have at the college right now is a 2 gig circuit, so 2 gig of internet.
Oh, wow.
With the conclusion of phase 2, it would be an additional 2 gig circuit.
Holy
So
cow.
2 gig circuits. Yeah. And like I mentioned earlier, if we determine on Fulton campus, because of we're building a new dormitory, perhaps we have an increased demand for internet resources here, we can just 50 cents per megabit increase the circuit depth here in Fulton.
Wow. And of course, with it being a more dedicated line for that, reliability is potentially through the roof.
Reliability is one of the major things that we hope for with the mission circuits. Like I mentioned, it's a circuit above the current internet circuits circuits that we've had previously historically, and you really have to have, regardless of your speed, you have to have reliability in your internet circuit.
Yeah, and of course that's going to be the biggest thing there, because you can have all the speed in the world, but if you can't access it, that speed's not doing you any good.
Right. If it's not available at 10 p.m. or whenever that you need it, it's
all right. So talk about some of the other benefits for our students.
Well, business continuity. I think we could use that phrase with students and with faculty and staff. I would like to use the term failover.
Yeah.
Failover ability
Okay.
was one of the key requirements inside the mission project.
Okay.
So failover ability means that Fulton would primarily leverage the Fulton circuit, like we talked about earlier with the dormitories, and then Tupelo campus would leverage the Tupelo circuit. If the circuit at Tupelo has an issue or the circuit at Fulton has an issue, the internet demand would actually fail over to the other site that was not having an issue.
Oh, wow.
So for example, if you were a student here watching a YouTube movie just all about the student experience, and the Fulton circuit had an issue, a fiber cut or something to that manner, then it would just automatically fail over to the Tupelo internet circuit, and it's likely you would never know the difference.
Nice. So is there any way I can get someone run out to my house just up down the road? No, I'm kidding.
We can talk after the interview.
We'll talk after the interview on that. No, I think that's one thing that really a lot of people don't realize is, there's a lot of construction going on right now with the people putting in more lines and stuff like that. And cutting a line is, now call before you dig, yes. Not everybody does that, but it's something that happens a lot and does knock internet out, power out, phone lines out. So to have that where it just automatically senses it and jumps over, that's just unreal.
Right. It is definitely I like to say it's a new era in the community college network. We've never really had that ability.
That's home. That's just like the Ravens. That's just like Pahokee, Florida. That's my second home. I got my degree from there, my first degree, college degree. It's part of my heart, it's part of my soul, it's part of my spirit. And, it's everything. Itawamba Community College, baby, it's everything. It shaped me up to being a great man because it was part of the journey of me becoming the young man I am today. And it's home, man. That's it. Like, I can go there and lay my head down without no problems. Itawamba Community College, the best store here.
Why settle for a checking account that just holds your money? Renasant Rewards Extra gives you so much more. like savings at more than 400,000 retailers, 24/7 roadside assistance, a cell phone protection plan worth up to $400, $25 in ATM fee refunds per monthly cycle, and a great interest rate when you meet 3 easy qualifications. Get extra today at rewardsextra.com. Renasant Bank, understanding you. Member FDIC.
Today tastes like a home game, like a huddle. Tastes like we're bringing the heat, and like a front row seat. Today tastes like we're a team, and it never tasted this good.
Davis Ford in Fulton is your Ford dealer for new cars, trucks, and SUVs and has a wide inventory of certified pre-owned vehicles. Find your next dream car or truck from our Ford showroom or go online to davisfordsales.com and search our new and used inventory to see what is on our lot. So stop by and test drive the all-new fuel-efficient Ford Focus or Ford Fusion or the new Ford Explorer or F-150. Go further with Davis Ford, 904 West Main Street in Fulton or online davisfordsales.com.
So when are you going to give me back for the pizza?
Oh, personal foul. Let's give him a Renasant replay. Make a successful handoff when you transfer funds to friends and family with Zelle in the Renasant mobile app.
$5 for my own money?
That's a bad call. Let's give him a Renasant replay. Sign up for Renasant Rewards Extra Checking with ATM refunds today.
Registration for the spring semester is now open and classes are filling up fast at Itawamba Community College. Named the #1 community college in the state for the second straight year by Wallet Hub, ICC offers 5 different class options with locations in Fulton, Tupelo, and Belden that will help save you time and money while preparing you for the future. Email one of our friendly advisors at eadvisor@iccms.edu or call 862-8000 to sign up for classes today. Itawamba Community College. The best start here. Of course, it's going to open up a pathway to better technology platforms as well. Elaborate on that a little bit.
Well, for example, President Allen was interested in a comprehensive outdoor wireless system that we are in the beginning of the implementation phase on. So the idea of offering student a connection to the internet, no matter where he or she may be. That outdoor Wi-Fi service would depend on a solid, reliable mission internet connection service. The more wireless services that we offer in dormitories, outside, inside, demand that speed and reliability of internet service. So I would say that the mission virtue of the mission circuit is going to enhance all of those services that we're looking at offering our students.
And a lot of people don't realize this, but phones, tablets, computers, cars, they draw off the wireless system and it bogs it down in a hurry.
Right.
And so this is going to be a big boost when it comes to that, to be able to just really increase the availability of the internet again.
I like to use the analogy of highways and vehicles. Mm-hmm. When we start talking about student success and college success, we look at all types of things. We look at computers and laptops and phones, as you mentioned, but we also look at line of business applications, your email programs, and even the programs you're using to develop media and to get it out there. So those applications and devices are all different, but they have different payloads, different price tags, and so forth. But they all need highways. They all need a travel mechanism, a something to travel on. So we build networks with cables, with wireless systems. We build all of this infrastructure out to provide an avenue for those vehicles. And really, the mission internet connection is kind of the ultimate intersection for all of those highways. Eventually, no matter what device or application you're using, you end up at that mission circuit, that ultimate internet, that ultimate intersection. And that's where we're making the investment, and we hope to have better movement of traffic.
Was they just giving them more lanes to be able to move a little bit quicker?
More lanes and a higher speed limit.
Hey, that's all me right there. So, all right, so you talked about the outdoor wireless. Now, of course, indoor wireless, is there going to be a difference? Is there a difference? I know I'm kind of talking out of my league right now when it comes to that type of stuff, but is there a difference in that? Or will there be through this mission?
Well, it's not directly associated with the mission project. There's so many things that the mission internet connection, the mission project will enhance. Mm-hmm. So the outdoor Wi-Fi is a big component that I believe is going to benefit the students, especially our students who are on campus participating in athletic events, fine arts, etc. Excuse me.
You good? We can
all right.
Say, yeah. I'm going to cover this and make myself a mark. And then just whenever you're ready.
Didn't want to cough there.
Oh, no, you good. You good.
So we're looking at enhancing the student experience with outdoor Wi-Fi. The existing indoor wireless system that we have is aging. There are problems with it. Even in the community relations area, I know you've had some issues, the department here. So we're looking at increasing the student experience, better student outcomes inside the academic buildings, inside the dormitories, and whatever we can deliver, whatever avenues or highways we can deliver inside those areas, is just going to eventually end up on this mission internet connection and hopefully be enhanced by it.
That's awesome. Now, a word that we had not even heard of a year ago, Zoom.
Yeah.
And now, man, if I could go back in time, I would put every penny I have in its stock leading up to this year. How is this going to help, our hybrid distance learning and then our Zoom classes that will be starting in the spring?
So let's think about the way that the Zoom class functions and will continue to function in the future. We have a video element, an audio element. We have the instructor that is producing content. Well, where is that content going, and how is that content being consumed by the student? And that content is actually using the internet. Zoom is a cloud, but we'd say a cloud-based software. So the video is being recorded, presented, the interaction even, and it's being stored out there in the Zoom world, but it's transversing the internet circuit to do that. So the increase of Zoom use and Zoom practices that we have inside our classrooms, the larger demands of the internet circuit and the more reliability that is required from the internet circuit as well. So where mission would benefit Zoom is that it would allow more Zoom classes to be conducted simultaneously. It might even allow for better resolution because we can move data faster from point A to point B.
Oh, that's awesome. So, and again, you keep hearing that word reliability coming, and that's really a major player in this as well. So, all right. So when it comes to like experiences and applications for the faculty, staff, and the students, talk about that, kind of regardless of their location or time, it's going to be available and it's going to be better.
Okay. Well, if we take a look at a timeline across what we've been doing, really since around 2000, we had Dr. McCrimmon sort of became the energy behind this distance learning program here, and it's evolved into something very effective for Etowah Community College. The idea that a student can take a class, complete a class without really having to come on campus much at all. And we are looking at the ability to deliver applications to students, deliver a computing environment to a student that may or may not even be on campus at all. We have begun to use this technology with employees to provide COVID-19 relief. So we've had faculty and staff that are able to log into their computing environment, access their desktop applications from home, from work, from their phone, from their iPad, wherever. And the long-term goal is to be able to offer that enhancement of experience to the students. The avenue that students and faculty and staff would get to that service would be the Mission Internet Circuit. So sort of this enhancement that we have coming with that technology.
Oh, that's awesome. And you kind of led me into my next question. I was going to say, how does this play in when it comes to COVID-19? Of course, one thing we try not to talk about much on the show, but it is what it is. And it is a big factor here at the college right now. So how is this going to play in, the COVID-19 relief?
Well, I think that the internet capacity, our ability to offer internet services, even in public venues,
right.
I think that could be a major player in this. In the beginning, if you want to call it stages, the beginning stages, when we saw this happening around March, one of the things that was very important to Dr. Allen was we need to be able to provide a wireless service so that people of the public, students could pull in the parking lots, they could jump, they could finish their classes, they could do things that needed to do. I think sometimes that we maybe assume that everyone has internet at home,
right,
and everyone's just got it fixed up, and that's not really the case if you take a look at the broad scope. So if the ability to offer access to the public, including our students, the ability to handle all of that through an adequate internet circuit.
I know I've taken full advantage of that over the last 10 months. Of course, now we're back on campus, but when it first happened, the internet at my house, reliability is an issue. I'll just say that. But there was times where I'm like, look, I'm 10 minutes away from campus. I can ride up and just get on campus and use it. And so that was big for me. So I know for those families out there that might have kids, either A, can't afford the internet, or B, just don't have the reliability, kind of like my issue, having a place like this where you can come sit in your car, still be safe, and have that public access, it's huge.
Right. I think that it has been an advantageous thing to some. I think that it would continue to be used. I would also add that the college with the outdoor wireless program or wireless outdoor project is looking at adding adequate Wi-Fi to our athletic venues.
Nice.
And also maybe getting into our Davis Event Center. So we're looking at increasing the experience and just meeting the needs and demands from those who we serve.
That's awesome, man. Registration for the spring semester is now open and classes are filling up fast at Itawamba Community College. Named the #1 community college in the state for the second straight year by Wallet Hub, ICC offers 5 different class options with locations in Fulton, Tupelo, and Belden that will help save you time and money while preparing you for the future. Email one of our friendly advisors at eadvisor@iccms.edu or call 862-8000 to sign up for classes today. Itawamba Community College. The best start here.
Hey Indian fans, I'm Ricky Murphy, real estate agent, Tommy Morgan Realtors, and I'm also a proud alumni of the All-American Marching Band. Itawamba Community College was my home for 2 years, and where you decide to make your home will be one of the most important decisions of your life. Whether you're looking to create a plan to buy your first home, or if you're ready today to make a move into your forever home, give me a call or send me a message so we can discuss your next move. And for my family, roll Tribe!
I use ice cream as kind of for medicinal purposes, you know. It just puts me in a good mood.
This would be so good for dinner.
Very crispy.
Spicy.
A little tang.
A crunch.
El crunch.
There's a lot of bacon on this thing. It's just oozing.
Delicious.
I just want dessert.
Give me some.
Very indulgent.
Now, this is delicious. Shaky goodness.
And the nice crunch.
Oh, that's dangerous.
What about the tots? Tots are everything.
Hey, Pam, what's that?
New slices and sticks. Half pizza, half Italian cheese sticks. What's that?
I spent it butter hump.
An unexpected combination, just $6.
Acres away!
Pizza, pizza.
Introducing Slices and Sticks. 4 slices of pepperoni pizza together with 8 Italian cheese sticks. A combination as unexpected as the Saxa telephone.
Hey, Mom.
New Slices and Sticks, just $6.
Pizza, pizza.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Maybe your story has you performing your new song in front of a crowd, getting to play your favorite sport, or enjoying a horseback ride in the country. At Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our group of skilled surgeons understand your need to continue your story. That is why we are the preferred choice for orthopedic care. Thank you for choosing us. Our story is you. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
Renasant Rewards Extra is the checking account that checks all the boxes. Roadside assistance? Check. Cell phone insurance? Check. More than 400,000 local shopping discounts? Check. Up to $25 per month in ATM refunds and a great rate? Check. All in an easy-to-use mobile app. To open an account or find out more about Renasant Rewards Extra Checking, go to RenasantBank.com or visit us at any of our more than 190 locations throughout the South. Renasant Bank. Understanding you. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Mentioned it a couple of times before, and I'm very interested to find out. And I wish I just knew, as much as you guys know about this, because I love to learn how things work and just, like the highway experience you talk about, that type of stuff. That's like, I hate to say I love learning, but I do,
That's good.
Because there's a lot of things I don't know about. And so things like this strike me as really interesting. So you talk about phase 2. Mm-hmm. All right. So phase 1, phase 2, what's coming in phase 2?
So phase 2 is the completion of the second mission internet circuit.
Okay.
So each college in the state of Mississippi got a primary mission circuit, so we could call that phase 1, which completed in November of this year. And C-Spire is currently building out their fiber plant underground to secondary campuses in some colleges, but a secondary circuit to the college that will provide the additional throughput, additional speed that we talked about, but arguably even more important than that redundancy to allow.
Absolutely. Now, of course, you talked about a little bit, we're talking about, you have the Fulton, Tupelo, Belden, but our WIN job centers.
Yes.
This is included on that as well?
The WIN job centers are treated just like Fulton and Tupelo in respect to internet. Right now they transverse to Tupelo campus to get internet, but when we are bring phase 2 to full completion, then what we would have is kind of think about it as a spider web, sort of draw a bunch of lines between. So Amory WIN Job Center, for example, could use either the Tupelo Mission Internet Circuit or the Fulton Mission Internet Circuit. So we have a design that will allow each site to use whichever internet circuit it needs to.
Oh, that's awesome.
And it can automatically fail over to whichever circuit based on outages.
So it's almost, as long as one of them, Tupelo or Fulton, has internet, then we've got internet. Right? Okay.
Right.
So
that's the goal.
Yeah. And so that makes you as the TIS department, takes a little stress off of you a little bit, because if one of them goes down and all 3 of our locations go down, we got issues. But now you said you got that failover, really kind of I don't want to say gives you room to breathe, but gives you a little bit room to breathe easier, knowing you've got that failover.
Well, as a college, we do have to endure a capacity loss, because if we lose one of 2 circuits, we've lost 50% of our internet capacity. However, it still works, and we would have a working system while we're doing the things necessary to get the other circuit attention to the other circuit. There are services that we have, applications that are prioritized. For example, we would deem Canvas logons priority over YouTube traffic or Netflix traffic. So there's some things that we can do to ensure, even in an emergency situation with one circuit, that we could prioritize the things that must continue to function.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Well, Jason, I know, man, just information overload, and I appreciate you taking time because, like I said, I'm a guy, I love to drink in information like that. So, but this sounds like a project that, to somebody who may not think about it that often, you go home, you flip your, you don't have to turn the internet on, it's there. But this is really, really big for ICC and other community colleges as well. But this is really big, and it's really going to help bolster an already really good community college here at Itawamba. So talk about, just your thoughts on just the overall, how this is going to help ICC.
Well, I would go back to the term enhancement. I think if we take a look at all of the initiatives, if we take a look at the comprehensive technology plan, which would involve access control, surveillance systems, wireless access, delivering applications and desktops to students, Wi-Fi wherever you go, it's just there. I think we would take that enhancement term and maybe take it over to just student experience. The student experience, I think, is just such an important. It's something that you always need to remember, no matter what system that you're designing. It has to be about increasing student outcomes or increasing student experience. So all of those things, and that's what they are. They're things that address the student experience, but they all sort of find themselves back to that intersection that we talked about in this mission circuit. And the better that we can make that, the faster, more reliable we can make the internet connection, the happier that those whom we serve are going to be. But the college is looking at not just replacing the things that we have, but also increasing our services. For example, with access control in our new dormitory, we're talking about wireless locks and being able to access your dorm room with your cell phone. And surveillance systems that are smart, that can record certain things, looking at different behavior patterns and that sort of thing. So we're always looking at trying to increase and trying to do things better. So ultimately, I think that we're making investments in highways, whether it's local infrastructure or some fancy internet circuit. And it's all about finding a better delivery system for all of these vehicles.
Well, that's awesome, man. I know it's got to be an exciting time for you guys, keeping you busy, but as you said, making those next steps just to make it better and make that experience a lot better as well. That's got to be pretty cool.
It's it has been a pleasure to serve as the chair of the subcommittee that tried to head this up for the community colleges. I think it's a historical moment for the community colleges in the state, and it's been a very enjoyable time for me. And I definitely appreciate the interview and the ability to communicate this out to some of those whom we serve.
Absolutely. Well, when we get time frame on the phase 2, or is that just something you'll be like, with everything else going on in the world right now?
The C-Spire circuit build out is already complete. In our case. Now, some community colleges are very rural in their positioning, so it's taken several months to build the fiber out to them. As far as our own community college is concerned, I would expect probably Q1 of next year that we would have the completion of phase 2.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, Jason, anything else you want to add before we cut you loose, my man?
I don't think so. Can I have any other questions?
Well, I'll tell you what, when we get to phase 2 completed and all the new fun things to go over, we'll talk about it again on the show, because I know there's a lot of people like me out there right now that's just like, holy cow, this is awesome. So thank you for your time, and hope you have a great 2021.
All right, you too. Thanks a lot.
We'll be back more of the ICC Hour right after this. Registration for the spring semester is now open and classes are filling up fast at Itawamba Community College. Named the #1 community college in the state for the second straight year by Wallet Hub, ICC offers 5 different class options with locations in Fulton, Tupelo, and Belden that will help save you time and money while preparing you for the future. Email one of our friendly advisors at eadvisor@iccms.edu or call 862-8000 to sign up for classes today. Itawamba Community College. The best start here.
Why settle for a checking account that just holds your money? Renasant Rewards Extra gives you so much more. Like savings at more than 400,000 retailers, 24/7 roadside assistance, a cell phone protection plan worth up to $400, $25 in ATM fee refunds per monthly cycle, and a great interest rate when you meet 3 easy qualifications. Get extra today at rewardsextra.com. Renasant Bank, understanding you. Member FDIC.